Hellions, and welcome back to another build of Warframe. Now today, we will be looking at the Astilla. Now, the Astilla is a three-form of build today. It is a glass cannon, basically, that uses shotgun mods and shotgun ammo, believe it or not. Now, this thing is part of the Gara set, the glass cannon frame, basically, one of the glass weapons, and it shoots exploding glass pellets, basically. It is a status-based weapon, though you can do it for crit chance, but it's not as easy, I don't think. And considering the fact that it does use status more than crit chance, and it does use shotgun mods, and it's actually relatively easier to build a shotgun for status damage than it is for crit damage. The Astilla is very, very deadly. It does wondrous amount of damage. Now, let me see here. What was I going with this? Oh yes, I do not do rivens on any of these builds because they are too damn random, and if I were to get a riven, used it on, say, this build, the exact stats that I would get would be almost impossible to replicate evenly and to the very decibel of what you may get. Maybe similar, but the most I can do is suggest what to get and what to not get as a riven for this weapon as I would any other weapon. It does slash and impact damage, though it does have a little bit of puncture into it, but we're not going to be focusing around it so much as it is going to be focused around the elemental. In this case, we focused around gas, because why not? Gas glass, right up their ass. Now, right off the bat, these are going to be a bit different. Vicious Spread is a nightmare mod you'll find either from from doing nightmare missions. It'll be like a little dragon-crusted one. Blaze is the same thing, a nightmare mod. Scattering Inferno is another nightmare mod, though status and element mods usually are easier found from Vor sometimes, though he usually likes to drop the poison ones more than anything else. Hell's Chamber, really easily got from the G3 if you ever try and run into them, but it's found from just killing any normal Grineer unit. It's a normal uncommon mod, I guess you could say. Vigilante Armaments, it gives bonus multi-shot, and because of its set bonus, we don't really focus on the rest of it so much as the main stat is a 60% multi-shot. You'll find this one from the Plains of Eidolon. You'll find the plains open to you very early in the game. Incendiary Coat and Contagious Spread, the shotgun versions of the 4-base 90% element mods. You'll find them relatively early in the game. And Primed Point Blank, like any other Prime mod that I use in my build, you will be able to use the normal variant if you do not have the Prime version. All Prime mods you'll find from Borrow Key Tier, and which came this past weekend, and he will come back every other weekend. So not this incoming one, but the one after it. So let's see here. What is all this? Okay, an automatic shotgun mod, shotgun ammo using assault rifle. Basically, it's an automatic gun that shoots exploding pellets of gas that does the initial base damages, and then as it explodes does a whole shit ton of element damage. That's a lot of damage, and it does pretty good damage. It has pretty good range too. So let's test it out and see what we can't do with it. Alrighty, we're back. Now, before we do any further, well, this is what it looks like. Pretty nifty looking thing. This is the way it fires. Shoots out the explosive. Pretty nifty. I like it. Alright, so before we go any further, if you guys would like to hit that subscribe button, that would be very helpful. Leave a comment below if you see any different types of builds. I never claim any of my builds to be the best, but I do claim them to be one of the most damaging types of builds that I could think of, or that could ever be thought of, and I use them mainly for people to aim for as a base build, and then they can tweak it as they play, more to their play style or the way they like to see the gun be used. The elements are always advisable to be changed from this build depending on what faction you go against. Share the channel with all your friends, it always helps as well. Because at 100 subs, I will be doing a giveaway of prime sets on this channel, on Warframe. Without further ado, as I try and hold back a sneeze, we will go. What am I doing clicking the damn plus button all the freaking time? Use the damn buttons, that ought to help. Settings, pause the AI, and simulate. There we go. Alright, let's see what this bitch does. Woo! I see, the nice part about it is that when it does the initial damage when it hits, and then as the pellet explodes, all the shards of glass act as a bullet all on its own. And there's like hundreds coming out of just one. And the fact that we have multi-shot going on that thing, ooh, damn. That's a lot of damage. Let's switch that up. And the fact that it's doing gas damage also helps with that. Let's see here. Let's do eeny, meeny, miny, frick it. All the way up. All the way up. Also, if anyone doesn't know, the level of what you can spawn these things at is based upon your master rank, which mine seems to be a little bit glitched. Take a quick detour here. I don't know if anyone actually knows if this is a glitch or not. But these are all the things that I have done complete, right? Well, a little while ago, a few patches ago, they used to where every single Zaw strike was its own thing. The Plague Kiwar and the Plague Creepath, I have both of those maxed out in my arsenal, but it doesn't show it here. It doesn't even say that's maxed. That doesn't even say it's started. And I don't know if it's because it was event Zaws from the very first time that the infested hit the plains or not, but I don't know. But anyway. Not too shabby. Now see, here's the thing. Even though this is only doing a little bit of damage to one dude, it would do a whole shit ton of damage to everything around it too. So this thing does wonders. This is like, the Astilla is definitely one of the most fun and very good, if not anything else decent at least, guns that I've ever used. And this thing is excellent for crowd clearing, especially depending on how you element the build. You could fire this thing into a crowd, and it's like a grenade at the end of it. It fires like an assault rifle, uses shotgun ammo and mods, does extreme amount of damage like a grenade launcher, and explodes like a grenade launcher. This thing is literally 3-in-1. It's pretty damn good. So, let's go and see what it does against a Heavy Gunner Xmas. But this time we're going to set it down to 90 instead. Simulate. Boop cadoodles. Okay, not so easily on these. Let's use a Rhino Roar. There we go. That Rhino Roar really helps. My Rhino Roar increases my damage by 150%, and that's simply because I have 299 power strength on my Rhino, and that's due to mainly of my armor, my second ability. But that's besides the fact. Let's up it to 90. And of course, I'm using gas, which is better used against infested, instead of using radiation like a dunce. So, I'm going to be doing a little bit less damage to the Grenier faction, but change it to where it's lightning and fire for radiation, and you're going to be doing a whole shit ton of damage. Not too shabby. And note, even though it's one enemy, imagine if there's a whole group of them right there, that damage would be equally output to everything else. That's not too bad. Let's do, not sentient, organ, corpus. Here we go. I always think that the corpus wardens are always the strongest there is. I could be wrong, but for the average one that you would normally go against, I'm really confident. The corpus never really are that strong. They never really are. The only things that are really strong for them is their machines. The actual beings themselves are kind of pathetic. Whole clip for that. That was a Warden Xmas. And that was without Rhino Roar too. That's pretty good. Okay, so let's see here. Can I actually change arsenal? Ah, good, I can. Okay, so while we're here, now, if I was here, change out the contagious spread and put it in for fire, firestorm. Where is it? Charge shell, chilling grasp. Oh, it's incendiary coat. Okay, change it out for charged shell, and you got radiation damage. Now, if you did get a Riven, you can replace the Vigilante armaments. That's one mod you can get rid of, because that gives damage, and that gives damage. All the damage-giving mods, all the base damage-giving mods, you do not want to do. The only reason why Scattering Inferno is in there, because it adds to the actual damage. Corpus, you really don't need to piss with that much, simply because of just how naturally weak they are. And the fact that it does impact damage kind of helps. So if you were to get a Riven mod, you can replace the Vigilante armaments. That's my suggestion. If you were to get a Riven for this mod, a Riven mod for this gun, if I could talk worth a damn, that'd be great. That'd be great. I would do base damage is 1, because you can only get like 3 plus stats and 1 negative, and the greater the negative, the better the plus stats are. So your first 3 plus stats, do 1 for damage, mandatory, 1 for multi-shot, because that always helps, and the other one, have it as either more element damage, more ammo capacity, or status chance. Have the negative as lesser on the fire rate, lesser on the accuracy, because it's freaking shotgun accuracy, doesn't really mean tits, and lesser on the crit chance or crit multiplier, okay? Or hell, if reload really isn't you're worrying about, then you can even have a negative drawback on the reload, okay? So, but that's the Astilla. That is the Astilla. This thing is basically a 3-in-1, and it kicks the gargantuan amount of ass. It'll definitely carry up at least till a level 100. At least. It's really good. I like it. So anyway, I'm going to leave this one here. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope y'all learned from it. Like I said, I aim these towards lower levels to have it as like something to work towards, and then tweak it to how your playstyle is as you go. Again, change the elements to what you like, or what you go against. Magnetic for Corpus, radiation for Grenier, and gas for Infested. So, that being said, I'm going to leave this one here. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope y'all learned from it. And thank you everybody for watching. And as always, I will see all of you in the next one. See ya!